Okay, guys, welcome. This is the first report of 2020, and we're going to do this a different way. There will be a generic report, and in fact, during the generic report, everyone, whether you're a student or not, are invited to come and join. If you want to ask me questions, you can ask that. And that is where I give you my picks for the following week and what's happening in the market. Now, the next thing is really in building this report. This is kind of proprietary to me, so this will only be for students. So there's going to be the generic report, and that's I'm going to put on YouTube, while for the source of the report I am going to put it on Zoom. And I think this is fair. So you guys want to ask me questions, you can come. I'll be in KL, I'll be in Langkawi, I'll be in Alustar, many other places. You can come and ask questions there, because as I told you, this is a very important year. This is about trading and traveling to solve the problem of the 50s, to give them monthly cash flows. So I need to be focused, but if anyone wants to meet me, then when I give my weekly report live in whatever location I am, that is a very good way for you guys to get in touch with me and see my analysis on the Forex market and also on the commodities market, which I think will be big. Now, why is the commodities going to be big? Well, just look at this. This is the DBC index. You can see that it's obviously made this bump above this monthly high. It just went up, and I think that there's room and legs for it to run more, especially in commodities. This is why what we're doing is we're going to automate our Forex so that we can focus more on commodities, which I think is really the way to go. And for the commodities, we're going into seasonal patterns and all that. So it's easier for us to identify opportunity, which you will see in this weekly report this week. So here it is, 2020. We hope we have a good year. Now, I'm having a good year, because I'm more happier now, because now I just spend more time planning where to travel. And I think that's good because there's a lot of freedom now. Okay, guys? So see you in the report. See you Please note that this show is only for educational purposes. All trades that you see here should be taken first in a demo account and is meant to reduce your learning curve. Having said that, should you want to take real trades, you should consult your financial advisor first. Although I do trade real accounts, I'm not recommending any of these trades for you. It is up to you if you want to follow me and take it in demo accounts. Thank you very much. So again, guys, welcome. First report of 2020, as I said before, commodities are going to be big this year. Just look at what happened last year, okay? You got to look at what happened last year. This is for Malaysia's case. You saw that crude palm oil went up. You saw that Brent went up. Of course, Malaysia is an oil-driven economy. And of course, when oil goes up, and there is a good chance that oil will go up again this year, energy, that's from the energy sector, then the ringgit will go up. Unfortunately, our FBMK LTI went down, but if the ringgit goes up and these commodities drive forward, then we could have a chance of a rebound, okay? A rebound in KLCI. A gap up on Trump, well, yeah, that's it. You saw a gap up on commodities, especially on oil on Friday, okay? On Friday, that was 2nd January, because of the bombing, the bombing and the killing of the Iranian rock star general. Yeah, he's a rock star general. They also killed the leader of the Iraqi militia in Baghdad and, Iran and Iraq. So God knows what Trump is doing there. I don't know, maybe he's trying to start a war there, but that either way is good for commodities. So, and you see that not only did oil go up on Friday, precious metals such as So oil went up. We also saw an up on gold. We also saw an up on platinum, right? Platinum and also silver, although platinum and silver has since corrected. But yeah, all these others are very, very strong, namely gold and also oil. So, you know, what we want to do really is follow high probability patterns, seasonal patterns. So we need patience on that. These are non-robots. These are discretionary. While for Forex, if we can, we want to put robots, okay? We want to put robots to trade for us so that we get monthly income. That is really our model here, okay, guys? So in this report, we'll go through some seasonal patterns that we have seen before so that you are able to see and you are able to predict better in your trades that you take for this month, the first month of the year, January. There's a lot of seasonal patterns going on in January, and I think you have to be aware of it if you want to be a good trader and you want to be a profitable trader. So really the reason why we have to focus, you know, discretionary trades on commodities, which is why I've split my accounts this year, right? I've split my accounts into Forex. I've also split my accounts into commodities. And for Forex, I follow more of an automated or rather semi-automated because it's actually robots running the show, but I also have a chance to intervene. So here I'm putting around 100,000 ringgit. And here is another 100,000 ringgit on commodities. Now, why 100,000 ringgit on commodities? Look at here. This is the CRB index, Commodities Research Bureau index. And look, it suddenly popped up. Okay, this is the monthly chart here. And you see here the 40-month moving average. So it's, no, this is the 10-month, sorry. This is the 10-month. MA, and it has popped up here. So this is a very, very bullish signal for commodities. It should, you know, trend higher here. Of course, don't forget, I like this chart because I think in 2006, yeah, 2016, we had a false break, right? We had a false alarm here. So it's okay because it's tried, you know, it failed here. Fail here again, and here we are again. So it's tried many times to break this. I think this is it because in 2019 commodities really did turn around, and look at the height of this. This was in 2011. That was, of course, during the time of this quantitative easing of the US dollar. Okay, so when there was a quantitative easing of the US dollar, that's when commodities went up. Also, as said to my group, please note that, you know, investment in commodities yields 3 times. Okay, as an investment in Forex, this is a bullish sign. A bad futures trader, you know, commodities, who's in commodities, is actually on par with the best FX trader. So can you be the best FX trader? Well, if you can, that's fine. If you want to take the easy way out, just remember this, okay? A bad futures trader is on par with the best FX trader. And I think that 2020 is definitely the year of commodities. So it's easier to invest in that space. A lot of you have been asking about Bitcoin. Well, I consider Bitcoin part of the commodities complex. So, you know, you are in the same space, even when talking about cryptocurrencies. So when we start about talking about commodities, okay, please note, okay, that, you know, it's also good for us. We talk about seasonality. We talk a lot about seasonality. Just look at the seasonality for the yen is this. You know, as far as the yen is really, really concerned, what happens is that basically together with the Nikkei here, right? So you see here early in the year, the yen is actually strengthening here. And then the yen weakens, and then the yen strengthens toward the end of the year, May to September. When you look about the Nikkei, look, it's weakening, okay? So the Nikkei is weakening in early in the year. So some of these are really, really easy trades that we need to focus on. And look at this. And I like this because what you see here is, look at that. Just look at that, okay? As the yen is strengthening early in the year, guess what? The Nikkei is weakening. So that's very, very good. And, you know, as we go here on towards the year, as the yen is strengthening, then, you know, the Nikkei goes down. That's good. Also, you look in lumber, and I have the story on lumber and how I'm going to take this. So lumber goes high earlier in the year because, you know, the winter is gone, and the housing companies, okay, or companies involved in housing, then they buy more lumber in order to build more houses. So as long as the economy is good, lumber goes up usually in the year. But look at this, and this is important. Yeah, there is a small down. Okay, there's a small down in January because the signals have it that lumber is bearish. So we could be in a position to catch that move down, just as we could be in a position to catch that move down, just we could be in a position to catch the yen's move up, which means that USD JPY should really, really go down. And this is something that I really, really like. And we're going to go in more and more detail, you know, over the coming months, especially this year. We're going to talk more about this, more about the seasonal pattern, so that you understand that it is really, it takes a lot of work, but it's not that difficult to look at the seasonal pattern and adjust your trades according to seasonal patterns. So as far as the robots are concerned, I think we are now developing our MVP. Again, we have one robot running live, PX Live. We had a lot of problems in December, but if you see in my FX book, we're still maintaining the performance. We lost like 1% in December. That's okay because there was so many problems in December. We've resolved those problems with the vendor, but I'm also testing out another MVP. This is called a minimum viable product, because I don't know if we can have a better algorithm. Then let's use that. Okay, now the other robot that we have, we tried the vendor's product. It was working fine, but I'm still not happy with it. So we're developing an MVP for that. Hopefully this can go into production by live production by February or by March. Whatever it is, since PX is already live and we like that product from the vendor, you will see this going live backed by a big account, okay, probably in February. So this basically will be running an account for a 58,000 ringgit account. That means in February, if this generates 10%, then January this will generate 10%, and you will have like 5,000 ringgit worth of profits here. Okay, so hopefully this NX we can get something by March. I really hope we can get by February. We are testing the software starting in January. So if everything goes well, we can go in February with a semi-automated thing. And February is also where we will develop the software into our own robot. So most likely we will have our own robot here. Okay, this is Sensei's robot. Yeah, call it Sensei robot here. And we'll develop more of the minimum viable product into a robot product. Now, one thing that I wanted you guys to do is you can try the algorithm of the PX robot here. I've given you the algorithm during the last class exercise. Please do that, because when you see that, then you know how a robot works and you have confidence in running a robot. I know it feels kind of scary having a machine make money for you, but yeah, it does work. And please remember that when you talk about these robots here, PX is a ranging robot. That means it works when Forex goes like that. Breakout robot, we have NX. That means it works when Forex breaks out to the top or breaks out to the bottom. And in order to support this, and I only saw this in December, you know, we have scanners here. So we have scanners to warn us what is the ranging pairs, what is the breakout pairs. So for the ranging pairs, all we do is we run the robot on the PX. For the breakout pairs, we run the robot on the NX. That's how it works, okay? So, you know, the thing without robot here, you still need human intelligence. And as long as you do that, I think it runs very, very well. So this really solves our Forex conundrum. And, you know, from this Forex thing, from my $100,000 account, I'm targeting of making 10,000 ringgit a month, okay? 10,000 ringgit a month, basically from this investment of 100,000 through robots. Yeah, very happy for that, okay? And hope you guys can follow me and yeah, use my methodology in order to get good passive monthly income for yourself. It's not really passive, it's quite active because you can't leave the robots alone. You have to intervene, and we'll go more into detail during other weekly reports. So before we go to the bull and bears, I just want to do some notes here on Forex, yes, FX, and just show you what's really happening. You know, NOK SEK, this is the Norwegian kroner against the Swedish kroner, and you see is in the middle of an uptrend on seasonal patterns. USD JPY, you know, in our indicator was a flashing sell before it broke down. So our indicators do work, but are you patient? Do you dare? Do you dare? Do you dare short or not? Congratulations for you who took the short, because it was a really big short. And so now we know that our indicators do work, okay? Our indicators work, but you know, sometimes it needs a lot of patience, and sometimes you just need to hodl, okay? Thai baht was down on central bank intervention, so they do not like the baht going up. It's crazy. DXY, after falling down in December, looks bullish in January. Yeah, if you put USD JPY, you know, if yen is strengthening, and then this is basically risk off. Peso, Mexican peso here is extreme bearish, okay? Very, very bearish, the Mexican peso. So we do expect to see USD Mexican up, which agrees with this DXY. And if markets do turn off, risk off, we already said that Nikkei is going to go down, yen is going to go up, then yeah, you could have something where USD Mexican does go up. We also give some signals now. You saw it last week, right? Even in the free group that, yeah, our signals were 8 of 8. However, let me tell you that, you know, like we gave a signal on Friday. So Friday, I told you guys to buy Aussie JPY. It did go up, however, in the last hour, it went down. That's why I said I hate Friday trading. And as far as the Euro USD short, the Euro USD short was recommended at around 1185 or something. It did go up. So here's the deal. It did go up to 1232, but then it has fallen down to 1130, right? So even that worked. That's why I said for all of this, you guys need patience, okay? There's a lot of patience in the swing signals that we give. Otherwise, if you can't really stand this Forex thing, then I really advise you to be more and more patient and just take our signals, our robot signals. Okay, that's much better than you having to deal with all this Forex shenanigans, which I think is very challenging. Let's go to review what's bullish and what's bearish, and I'm going to look at some charts here. Bullish cocoa, I definitely like cocoa. I think it's going to go up, especially after, you know, the authorities in Ivory Coast and Ghana are talking about improving the livelihood of their planters. Wheat looks very bullish now. You know that gold, right? Gold, when gold goes up, yeah, wheat and corn tend to follow. So wheat. But for wheat, we really got to wait for kind of a pullback here. Natural gas, although it's extreme bullish, is very hard because this really depends on the weather. I like oats more. We'll see why I really like oats for this time. I also like lumber, right? and I showed you a sign just now. Lumber is bearish, and I showed you the seasonality that, yeah, it falls quite a bit in January before it goes back up during the springtime. Sugar, I think, is very, very bearish now. Platinum, if you want to short this, you're going counter trend, but you know, I do believe it does deserve a break. Platinum and silver do deserve a break, but man, because of the Iranian issue, they could still be very, very high because of risk off. RBOB gasoline is bearish, and seasonally is also bearish. Mexican peso, yeah, USD Mexican we expect to go up. So of course, seasonal bullish is not SEC, DXY, and bearish, and Nikkei and Japanese yen. But other than that, I have two of my favorite commodities coming up, and I think this is quite interesting because we saw how you know, live cattle really went up, but now because of distribution means more, less and less people are going in. This shows distribution of going down, so that could be down. And then I'm very, very sure, because towards May, again, April, May, live cattle will go up again. First is the seasonal pattern, and I think I traded this last year, right? Why should it go up in April, May? And I think that will be a good trade. Easy, Hari Raya or Eid Mubarak, right? So Hari Raya, of course, there's a demand for cattle, and so you should see one down and one up, which agrees with the seasonal pattern. Another thing is I've told you guys before, when you talk about orange juice here, January is really, really down, and yeah, it's flashing a bearish, but after that it usually does go up, because you have to wait for the harvesting season, which is in January. Orange juice goes down, and then orange juice goes up. So I'm really excited about these opportunities, really excited about the seasonal opportunities, because you can play this, okay? This is what I like about when we go about commodities, and even when we look at Forex as commodities, right? You can play this seasonal pattern, okay? You can play the seasonal pattern again and again and again. And because we've been 1 year in commodities, you know, we already have this experience of going through that 1 year. So just go back 1 year and, hey, what happened? Or what did we not do? Or what did we do and make money? Do it again. What did we not do and saw that it made money? Do it. So really, this year is all about doing it, because we've been through the previous cycle. Thank God for that. We are all prepared for the commodities rally this year and to ride the index going up. Okay, let's go to several opportunities here. The first one I see is oats. And what I really, really like about oats here, if you can see here, is this increase in OBV, which is on the volume. So whenever you have this, that means there's really interest, okay? Interest in the commodity here. It's suddenly gone up, although oats has gone down. And it's gone down, and it's basically at here. So maybe this is a good buy time here, because what you can see here is, yeah, it's gone down below this line. But what I would want to wait here is probably for this Williams percent R. Yeah, you want to know what this indicator is. It is the Williams percent R here, and I would wait for it to become basically oversold here, and then I think it would be time to buy oats again, and we could see something up. So it's good that this has broken the trend line here. And another one that I really like, I told you guys, right, I really like lumber. We like lumber here, lumber futures. Let's go next contract in front month. And what I really like about lumber here, you know, it's bearish, right? As we saw, it's bearish. So it's really overbought here on this level here. And what you see here, you see this interest, this waning interest in the OBV is actually going down here. Draw it again here. Because lumber is due for a correction. This is down while the price keeps going on up. Yeah, well, the price keeps going on up here. So this is due to go down. Where is it going to go down? Well, when or where? Just draw the trend line here. I find that to be the most easiest, if you are a conservative trader, just draw the daily trend line here, and you kind of get where you want this place to short. Yeah, you might just want to short if it goes below this trend line there. And yet, let's go to the next commodity. So this is cocoa. Once again, it's due to go up. It's bullish, as we said. So, you might want to initiate a buy if it falls around here. Just through this daily trend line, initiate a buy. And you'd want to wait for this %R to go into oversold. And then you would initiate a buy here. Again, I do like cocoa a lot because, it's fed into chocolates. And the inelasticity of chocolate demand is very, very good. So it's gone up on a tear, really, 2,200 all the way down to 2,700. So if this goes up, it could be on the way to equaling this previous highs here of 2,700 and even go above 3,000. And another one that I like, let's see, sugar, okay, because sugar is due for a correction. I believe this is true. Let's go for sugar. Just go for sugar futures. I just go into the next contract out in front here, and it has already started its correction. And it's already here, but I believe that it can go on lower. And I've been trying to buy put options for this for quite some time. So I'd rather put it there. And yeah, it looks like once it breaks this trend line, we could be in for a rough tumble going down. Now, of course, if you see a sugar, and if you see sugar, and this is true for sugar and also coffee, right? Because these are really basically crops from Brazil. So, if you want to see this, one thing that you got to do is look at the Brazilian real. You want to see the Brazilian real going down against the US dollar. That means you want to see USD BRL going up, because this would bring the price of sugar down. Now, of course, if you bring the price of sugar down, then I would say the price of ethanol could also go down. Of course, and that would be a good entry for us into ethanol, because ethanol is also seasonally strong in February and March, and we also see that there's not enough supply for that. So again, once we look at this, again, just go to USD BRL, because we want a case where sugar really can go down. And you see here USD BRL, that's the daily chart on the USD Brazilian real. It's gone up, it's gone down, and now look, it's on the way up again. And the fact that it's on the way up again, US dollar against Brazilian real, means that the Brazilian real, the BRL is basically weakening, right? The BRL is basically weakening. You see down here, this Williams R is oversold, and then it's on the way to going up. So this is good for actually, our sugar trade, our short sugar trade, or rather buying put options on sugar for a downdraft on sugar. Now, what I'd like to do next is really take a look at the indices, because I think this is quite interesting to have the indices around, especially regarding Japan. Okay, so now we're going to focus our focus on Japan now, because I think something is really interesting there on Japan. But before that, let's go on wheat, because wheat is bullish. I mean, wheat just keeps going up and up and up and up. Very strong. So let's see what's up with wheat around here. So again, if you see that, that is a very strong trend line going up. It is, however, overbought. All you need to do is just make sure it comes down here. Hopefully it breaks this trend line, and then we would be ready for buying wheat, because again, as I said, this wheat is very bullish. It looks like it really wants to go up and challenge this It's a double top there. There's a double top there. So don't don't underestimate the strength of some of the commodities. Higher does indeed, sometimes higher can indeed lead to higher prices there. Yeah, so it's even broken that top. Let's see on the weekly chart where wheat is, because it's really behaving, yeah, quite amazing, really. It's behaving very, very strongly. Okay, so yeah, are we going to see this wheat going up to this previous peaks there? Most likely so, as long as it's able to breach this level here. But you really, really have to be patient and wait. I think it corrects first because it's overbought, and then you can buy it up. Now, let's fly all the way to Japan. Now, okay, let's go to Japan. So Nikkei 225, welcome, welcome, welcome. So I just draw a trend line up here. This is the weekly, okay? So yeah, it looks like a triple top coming all the way from, wow, it's like 2018, right? 2018, here's 2019. So you saw the trend, right? It tends to go down at least early in the year. And when was this? Yeah, this was also early in the year. So let's go to the daily chart now. Like to see the daily chart because the Nikkei usually leads, okay? Usually leads the Dow and also the other US indices like the S&P 500. So if this goes down, the rest go down. So clearly there was a downdraft here. So what you want to do in this case is, we're going to see the S&P 500. You just want to wait for it to go, yeah, because it's nearly overbought. I just want it to go up here. So this rebound, and then you try to catch the downturn here, okay, of basically the Nikkei going down here, okay? So let's see this. Suppose the Nikkei goes down, then that is a risk-off situation if the markets go down. Risk-off situation. So we also know that the Japanese yen, the USD JPY tends to go down early in the year, and USD JPY has a very unique pattern here. I've drawn it out because it seems to have broken this level here. Okay, if you look here, you can draw a nice square here, right? So it seems to have broken this level down where 10850 was actually its support. So if you draw this bigger like that, yeah, like that. Let's increase this. No, I can't increase that, right? Let's take this out. I'm just going to draw this box here where, yeah, there was a trend line up there. So what I would do in this case is basically wait until a rebound. I hope that the stock markets are able to rebound because that would be really great. You want to wait for something to try to rebound back up here. And if it fails, then I think we will have a second downdraft going down on the USD JPY. And this is a big problem for the Japanese yen. Of course, now it is already oversold. So we do expect a rebound in the USD JPY. We do expect a rebound in the Nikkei, right? Going up. And let's see the S&P 500 now. Of course, I trade the NASDAQ. I'm going to look at the NASDAQ SPX 500 or SPX 500 USD. I prefer looking at the CFD year. So you see that that's very, very bearish. Again, but it is overbought, it's going down. So I hope that, it will correct down in the middle, try to go back up, and then it's good for short. Let's see the NASDAQ, because seasonally, at least in the early of the year, I know I have this working for me because it's usually bearish. NAS 100, yeah, that's NASDAQ 100 there. So you have again, the daily there is going down here. I hope they do stage a rebound, and then we will be going down again. At least it's good, right? Because we are already at overbought situations here. So we are actually due for going down on the indices. Now let's go and look at to see this. Now this is a very funny pair, USD Mexican. It is bearish, which means USD Mexican is going up. But if you look at the trend line, right, it already broke this trend line. So USD Mexican could be in for a big run down, unless it goes up very, very quickly. You look at the weekly chart, man, this is a really, really big trend line here. It's already oversold, so it might try to go up. At least that's what the trader positioning shows. So let's go to daily chart. Again, this can be very, very volatile, but I did see USD ZAR, South African Rand, go up. So, you know, probably it's due for the Mexican, but if I were to buy the Mexican, I would have to hold it for quite some time. And, you know, what I want to do is that I would want to be buying in this range below here. Let me draw this as, yeah, draw this more as a box, right? I would want to be buying below here, you know, because really, you know, you could be you could be going up against a train there. Look, once it breaks this line, it really, really went down a lot here. And, but, you know, it's not gone down yet. So at least the positioning shows go up. You don't want to do a buy stop. Okay. I'd rather do a buy limit somewhere here and go down. Of course, when you look at the Williams percent R, it's due to go up, but just remember that this Williams percent R, yeah, you see it here, right? It can remain oversold for a very long time. And when it means oversold for a very long time, that means all the more better, because when this goes up, you can see the Mexican peso really, really going up here. And here we can see that, see this? Yeah, this is went for quite some time. Okay, this percent R was really down, but look, when it went up here, it just corrected, and once it went up here, it really did go up. So again, being massively oversold is good. Another case here, massively oversold, and then when it went up, it went up. So this is quite some time for it to be in this negative territory here. So this is gold and silver, and very exciting space for precious metals here. Okay, so I just want to highlight you to this. Really, really broke up this. According to the seasonal pattern, also where gold is bullish in December and also in January. But I just want you to take a good look here, because this is really overbought. But it's overbought with interest going up. Okay, you look at the OBV, so there's naturally a lot of interest going up here, as is there's a lot of interest going in silver. But whereas in silver we have this bearish candlestick, in gold we still have this bullish candlestick. So I think if we were to come to a correction here, it would be very, very fast. Nothing to be concerned about. In fact, I did told you, right, when for the students, in the students group, I just told you the best time to buy gold in January. So let's look at platinum, because in our traders positioning, we actually have silver and we actually have platinum as cells. And already silver here, you can see, already has made this bearish candlestick. Gold is still bullish, but do expect a slight correction. So let's see platinum here. Yeah, let's see platinum. Platinum has also gone up, but again, you see two bearish candlesticks here. You see this is high of 1,000. It almost made it till 1,000 here, 997 was it? Let's see what this candle is at now. Yeah, it was at 996. So if you see the situation now, if you want to short this, let me get this out first, out of the way. So clearly the Williams percent R here is already overbought, but you can see the interest in platinum and silver go down. So, you know, you're really heading for a counter trend move. This is also a counter trend move, but you know, they are overbought. I believe that we do need a slight correction before it goes up as per the seasonal pattern. So this could be a good counter trend move, since the trader positioning already expects a pullback before resuming later in the month. Now, the another metal that I like for the short side, okay, and this has already been forewarned for us. Another metal that is where the trader positioning is on the short side, due for correction, I think is copper. Now this makes sense because copper is linked to the stock market, okay, or the economy. So if the stock indices go down, I would expect a correction in copper to go down. And you know what I'm waiting for here is basically just a small pullback up. I think we could be going down if this. So this is what I said. I hope the stock market goes up. It goes up and then it goes down here. So I hope that this goes back up and then goes down here. If you see the OBV, I like this because again, this is good because this is clearly going down. So, you know, copper is something that I really, really do like. It's been really on a bull run thanks to the, basically driven by the phase one China trade deal, right? So let's see. Can we see copper here? Yeah, let's try to extend this chart on copper. Yeah, just look at that. It's been, yeah, it's been very, very good. 2019, so it was going towards this high, towards $3. I think we rest for a while on copper here. And if you want to see that, this actually goes in together with the stock market. So what do I like for this week? Well, here is what I'm going to tell you, what I really like, what I'm looking for to set up trades for this week. I'm looking basically to short copper. This one, I think I'm going to wait because why am I going to wait? Because, you know, I want to short sugar first. And of course, if sugar goes down, I think ethanol would go down before it travels on its way up. The Nikkei is a short, so is the Japanese yen, meaning you would be buying. Okay, you would be buying the JPY pairs, whether USD JPY. No, you're not buying that. You're shorting, right? You're shorting that. But again, look for a pullback up before you short this. We already said for students, I did give you the signal here, go somewhere by in the middle of the month. And the NASDAQ 100 or indices, you can buy towards the end of the month. We will be following that. Of course, I'm also looking to do more trades in oats and also lumber. Now, these actually commodities, I do not have options on my trading platform, so I'm going to have to use spot for that, but I'm quite comfortable with that. Okay, so as you can see now, you can see why I have to automate forex, because I focus a lot on commodities because I know that is where the money is. So until next week, guys, thanks a lot, and we'll see you next week for the weekly report. Thank you very much and happy trading ahead.